Greetings and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to share how to adjust the tracking force of your turntable. I'm using here my Technics SLQ3 and this is its tone arm. This is the counterweight. If you have this kind of counterweight, then this video is just right for you. But anyway, if you have different style of counterweight, then that's fine as long as it is counterweight, because to adjust the tracking force of a turntable, it is in the same way but different style in adjusting. It depends on what counterweight you have in your turntable, because some turntables using weights without number and some it has number but it is slide. This one is rotating. So anyway, let's focus on this one. First thing first, I'm going to detach this counterweight. I'm going to share the parts of this counterweight. This one here is the main or the counterweight. This part here is the dial. This is your guide to get 0.5, 1, 1.5, up to 3.5 grams. This is just the guide, but the counterweight is this one here. And if you turn the counterweight counterclockwise, it adds the tracking force of your needle. If you turn the counterweight clockwise, it subtracts the tracking force of your needle. Adding tracking force, subtracting tracking force. This is the counterweight. If I will turn only the dial, counterweight will not move. But if I will turn the counterweight, dial and counterweight will move. This is the dial, this is the counterweight. Now that we know the parts of this counterweight, so first thing you're gonna do is set your anti-skating back to 0. Next, let's get the 180 degrees. To get the 180 degrees, lever up and down must be down always. Detach the tone arm from its armrest. Move the tone arm and make sure that your turntable is unplugged. Move the counterweight. As you can see, the tone arm moving up, moving down again, now it's floating. I'm going to tap here, just a little tap. It's floating up and down. Make sure your tone arm is free. If you tap, it will move up and down without touching this armrest, anything on the part of the turntable. It's just the tone arm itself moving up and down. Then, to get the 180 degrees, make sure that your tone arm is parallel to the plane of the platter. But this one, the part here of the tone arm is higher than this part here of the tone arm. I have a sample drawing how to get the 180 degrees. This is the 180 degrees. This is the head shell, counterweight, tone arm, platter, main base of the turntable. As you can see on the side here of the tone arm and the platter, it is parallel. So this is 180 degrees. And make sure your tone arm is free from obstacle like the armrest. So it must be free, and if you tap the tone arm, it will swing up and down. It will settle back to 180 degrees. Now let's adjust the tone arm. Now to adjust the 180 degrees, don't mind this dial. I'm going to turn the counterweight. I'm going to turn this counterclockwise since my tone arm is moving up like this. So counterclockwise, I will add a little tracking force. And as you can see, it goes down. Then I'm going to turn this one clockwise until I get the 180 degrees. Then I'm going to tap here, up and down. Let's check if the tone arm sets to 180 degrees. There, that's the 180 degrees. So I'm going to tap this one. Let's double check. There. So the part here is parallel and also on this part. Now that we get the 180 degrees, it's time to calibrate your dial. Now that we calibrate the counterweight, this is now settled to 180 degrees. Make sure your tone arm is locked to the armrest. Hold the counterweight, turn the dial to 0. There. Now let's double check the 180 degrees. Let's double check. Tap gently. Let's wait for the tone arm to settle. There. Check this part. Check this part. Check the tone arm. It is 180 degrees. It is parallel to the platter. So that's how to get the 180 degrees. And the last step, get the tone arm, lock the tone arm, and now let's adjust the counterweight to its desired tracking force. Before I will set my desired tracking force, make sure that the tone arm is locked and do not touch the dial or move the dial, only the counterweight. And take note of this, that the standard range of the tracking force, especially in a moving magnet or a moving coil cartridge, it is in the range 1.5 to 3 grams. But in my part, my sweet spot is around 1.75. That's my own sweet spot for my turntable. So I'm going to adjust this one to 1.75. Then I'm turning the counterweight counterclockwise. So this is 1.75. And the last part is adjust your anti-skating. Since I adjust my tracking force to 1.75, so I'm going to set my anti-skating to 1.75. There, and you're done. Hope this video helps, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more and more tutorials to come. Thanks for watching, guys.